Hello, friends. My name is Ogi, and today I'm going to be telling you a story from the Book of God. The title of the story? Elijah and the False Prophets. After the death of King Solomon, the nation of Israel split between two rival kingdoms. Their kings followed the ways of Solomon by worshipping the false gods of the area and ignoring the sacred agreement made between God and his people. One of these kings was Ahab. He married a foreign wife. He led God's people to worship foreign gods. He built idols, and he even allowed the spokesman of God to be killed. But one of the spokesmen of God, Elijah, refused to worship these false gods. During a terrible 3.5-year drought, Elijah went to the king and confronted him, challenged him by saying, "Call all of Israel to the mountain, as well as these false prophets, and we will see who the true God is." The king agreed, and he summoned all of Israel and all the false prophets to the mountain. Elijah asked the people of Israel, "How long are we going to keep going back and forth between our God, Yahweh, and these false gods? If Yahweh is God, follow him. If this false god, Baal, is God, follow him." Elijah said to the people, "Bring 2 bulls. Let one of the false prophets choose a bull to sacrifice to your God. Cut it into pieces. Lay it on the wood to your altar, to your God. And do not light the fire. I will take the other bull. I will prepare it, and I will put it on the altar for Yahweh. But I will not light the fire," Elijah told the false prophets. "Call and pray to your God. I will call and pray to our God, Yahweh. The God that answers by setting fire to the wood is the true God." The people of Israel agreed to this test. The prophets of Baal prepared the bull as instructed. They prayed and cried from morning until noon, shouting, "O Baal, answer us!" No answer. They proceeded to do a ceremonial dance around the altar. Elijah started mocking them. "You will have to shout louder. Maybe he's busy, or maybe he's at the toilet. Maybe he is taking a trip, or maybe he's just sleeping." The prophets shouted louder. They danced with more frenzy and even used knives to cut themselves until the blood gushed out. But they did this from afternoon till evening with no answer from their God. Then Elijah called over the Israelite people and said, "Come over here." They watched as he repaired the old altar of God that had been torn down. He brought the stones. He piled the wood on the altar and put the meat of the bull on it. Then he poured 12 jars of water on the meat and the wood. Elijah walked up to the altar and simply prayed, "O Yahweh, God of our ancestors, prove that you are God in Israel. O God, answer me so that these people know that you, O Yahweh, are God." Immediately, the fire of God flashed down from heaven and burned the bull, the wood, the stones, and even the water that had run off. The people saw this, and they fell down to the ground with humble respect and cried out, "Yahweh is God! Yahweh is God!" Elijah ordered, "Seize all the false prophets. Do not let anyone escape." They were put to death. Afterwards, God sent rain to Israel and ended the terrible drought. This is the end of the story from the Book of God.